Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Andy Marsh, president and CEO of Nasdaq-listed Plug Power, to discuss the green hydrogen ecosystem, Euro expansion, and joint ventures. Andy, it's great to see you. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Great to be here, Jill.
Let's start with an overview of the green hydrogen ecosystem. What is it and where does Plug Power fit into it?
Sure. So, Jill, I always like to use examples. And we've actually built what I would call a mini hydrogen ecosystem for Amazon. So what is that? We generate the hydrogen, and our goal is from green sources like solar or wind power. And then we deliver that hydrogen to an Amazon distribution center where there's fueling stations built by Plug Power that in those fueling stations, you can power forklift trucks or on-road trucks that you see around, as well as provide backup power for the whole facility. So that version of a small hydrogen ecosystem is really what we're doing across the country and across the globe. When you think about in the US, we're building 500 tons of green hydrogen facilities across the country. So that's enough to power, call it 1,000, 2,000, on-road trucks that you see. And just to give you a scale of the kind of work that Plug's involved in. And we're involved in really every step in this building out the hydrogen ecosystem.
What are the expanding use cases for hydrogen fuel cell technology and green hydrogen fuel?
So, I think that the clear ones are on-road vehicles. Plug has a joint venture in Europe with Renault. Now, Renault is actually the largest provider of commercial on-road vehicles in Europe. And we're targeting to have 250,000 delivery panel trucks on the road with Renault, with our JV Hyvia, by 2030. Lots of activities going on at airports, everything from the ground support equipment you see that takes your luggage on and off to going in flight. We have a deal with Airbus to really look at facilities around the country about finding a green hydrogen hub for aircraft. So, there's a wide variety of applications in the traditional fuel cell space, but it's also in the chemical space. I was on the phone today with OCI, which is the largest manufacturer of ammonia in the world. And ammonia uses dirty gray hydrogen today, and they want to move to green hydrogen. And for COP27, we're actually looking to have a green ammonia plant working with OCI in Cairo. And you see it across all sorts of industrial processes to injecting hydrogen in natural gas pipelines. So it's the sexy markets, I'll say, like on-road vehicles and airplanes, and the more everyday markets like how you make fertilizer with ammonia, and we're involved in it all.
So many people believe hydrogen use is 10 years away, but when will Plug Power start producing green hydrogen? Because from what you just said, it sounds like it might be a little bit earlier than that.
Jill, I produce hydrogen today, and by the end of next year, we'll have the ability to do 70 tons of green hydrogen per day in the States. And, as I mentioned before, you can kind of think about every ton of green hydrogen could power about 15 trucks on the road. I mean, the big trucks. And so, we'll have a lot of capability by the end of the year to support that activity. Look, we're already the largest user of liquid hydrogen as a fuel in the world. And it's one of the reasons we're doing, we have a joint venture with the largest green energy provider in Spain for wholesale power, Acciona, where we're going to take their solar power, use Plug Power electrolyzers, and create green hydrogen. Really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. Let's talk about earnings for a moment here. You released the third quarter results mid-November. That included updating revenue guidance to 900 to 925 million. What was the catalyst behind the update?
Well, the catalyst, Jill, you go back 5 years, probably every year I up our number during the year for revenue. And it really is driven by demand. When I speak with people like Amazon and Walmart, we're not doing this overnight. Plug's been around for 25 years. We actually know how all this works and what drives us all. And it's really that demand from customers, which when we sat back and looked at it, we had no other choice but to up the guidance based on what we're seeing for 2022. And, in January, I always do a kind of year-end call and give an outlook for the coming year. And we'll be doing that again in January this year.
And Plug Power recently announced 2 strategic acquisitions. Can you share why these were important and how it helps that strategy longer term?
Yeah, I think, again, Jill, as I mentioned, I've been at Plug for 13 years. The company's been around a while. We know most of the folks who are interested in this industry. And, I'm going to use our acquisition of Frames as an example. Now, we're looking to build 1 gigawatt plants with people around the world. And you really need folks who have had expertise in building large-scale projects. And Frames has executed over 5,000 projects, many in the oil and gas industries where skill sets are exactly what we need in the hydrogen industry, and they've started doing it in the hydrogen industry. We thought they were a perfect complement to everything that Plug Power does so that we can do these large plants for green ammonia in Egypt because they've done projects in Egypt. They know how to do it globally. So they are a perfect partner and perfect member of the Plug Power team. And with our acquisition in Houston with Applied Cryotech, we're looking to have 250 liquid hydrogen trailers on the road by 2024, supporting our green hydrogen network. And we knew there was no one better at building those trailers. We knew there was a great demand, and we thought, again, a perfect fit for the Plug Power family.
And Andy, you told us about the recent announcements in Europe with Airbus and Renault and a couple of other companies. Tell us more about the European expansion plans.
Oh, wow. Plug today probably has more employees for any pure play company in Europe. I think everybody thinks about Plug as a US company. Well, I have activities in the Netherlands. I have a new facility in Germany. You mentioned our activity with HYVIA. I'm looking to do deployment. I'm doing deployments today with people like Carrefour, Lidl, and IKEA. Those expansions are continuing. And our European expansions based on the clear demand for hydrogen in Europe as part of their plans to meet the climate goals. But also, with Plug, and since I've been here for the 13 years, it's all about what customers are telling us. And they're telling us they want green hydrogen, they want these fuel cell solutions, and Plug's in a great position, and they want it globally, and Plug's in a great position to do it, not only in Europe, but we have a great partner in Australia where we're going to build out 250 megawatts in the coming year to produce green ammonia in Australia with a great company called Fortescue, one of the leading mining companies in the world.
Yeah, truly powering the whole world there, Andy.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you, Jill.